Hi folks, Unlocking Books is dedicated to all the curious heads out there. If you are one of those people who like to stir your brains a bit now and then, well then this is for you. Let me begin with a very honest admission. It is always hard to talk about the simplest things. Much easier to present complicated thoughts. We can carry on solemn discussions on intricate ideas for hours, days, but to say something that even a child can understand is nearly impossible. How often we have tortured ourselves before we can say a simple thank you, sorry, or I miss you, or take the simplest of them all, no. As kids we had simple questions, scores of them, but we had to grow up. And as we grew up, the world became labels and categories of things. So while as kids we would stop to wonder at everything new, now we stop to worry. Hey, under what label does that fall in? And we can't make sense of a world without categories and labels. So what should have made the world simpler has made it more complicated. The human mind is locked behind its own big answers. So it is time we unlocked it with a few simple childlike questions. Could anybody have guessed the power of such simplicity of thought when Mahatma Gandhi decided to lead a fifth of the world's population to their independence by only relying on non-violence, a war without weapons? Simplicity of thought is for the brave. What other than a brave mind could dare to conceive zero? Pare down everything and what you are left with is the most powerful number in the universe. Nothing is more brilliant or brave. How many times have we said it is too simple? Even a child can do it. What is the big deal? But history begs to differ. When something complicated gets simplified, it turns the impossible into possible. Can you carry a cow in your pocket? What a stupid question. Well, this was the limit for trade. Under the bartering system, cows or sacks of wheat were cumbersome modes of exchange. Then came money. It made trading simple, but it also started specialization, which led to all progress. The zipper was around for more than 100 years before someone asked, why does the trouser not have a zipper? After all, it is the safer way to hold the trouser together. Privacy got a much needed zip. Why is it that something that is in plain sight for everybody is a revelation for one person? You just have to have the eyes to see. Can you have the catalogue of everything? And Joseph Woodland stretched the Morse code vertically. The dots and the dashes turned into narrow lines and wide lines. And he created the barcode, a unique, universal and cheap method of cataloging any product anywhere. And the Morse code itself is the simplest language with no letters. The world communicated only through post, and post was very slow. So Morse used the electrical wire to send only long and short pulses. There was a code for the alphabet. Now instant messages could be sent across continents with a dot and a dash. We all know Archimedes had his eureka moment in the bathtub. But do you know that Velcro was also invented on a walk with a dog? George D. Mastrel, an engineer, found burdock seeds were always getting caught in his dog's fur. He took a close look and saw the seeds hooked onto the fur with many microscopic loops. So effectively, George D. Mastrel and his dog thus created Velcro. You'll find Velcro everywhere, from boots to space missions. It is easier to complicate than to simplify. We avoid doing the simple fast because it seems to be a waste of time or an insult to our intelligence. If it was so simple to solve something, someone would have solved it by now. Wow, difficult problems must have difficult solutions. If this had been a fact, the human race could not have taken any of the leaps it has. Try breaking a thing into its simplest parts. What you are left with will take your breath away. This is what Picasso learned the hard way. He spent his entire life learning how to draw like a child. He showed the beauty of reduction to core essentials. It is as difficult to simplify as for a grown-up to turn into a child again. Children have a natural capacity to break things down to their simplest core. Children absorb things as they are and not as they should be. Imagine an island where the shapes don't fit any rule, where form can cross boundaries, colors are in the riot all the time. We would freeze with fear on that island or get trip happy as if we are on the most amazing weed. Now transfer that island onto a 5-year-old kid's drawing. You'll say, oh, that's just a child's scribble. What you just dismissed as childish nonsense is the point of the universe, isn't it? Untamed chaos that inspires both fear and pleasure. If only we let go of our favorite beliefs and notions for a brief moment, simplicity of thought is nothing but a child's play. It truly is. Brutal Simplicity of Thought, How It Changed the World is a book that shows this art of simplicity with insights and examples which have transformed civilization at every turn. It is a great read, but greater food for thought. Guys, hope you found this video useful. Please tell us with your comments. Give us a like because your thumbs up helps us work harder and create more such content. We put in weeks of research and labor into our videos so that you simply gain the rare knowledge of great books. And guys, do share it on other social networks and help us to spread the good word.